Warm greetings from the Director and the Office of the Center for Development Initiatives, CDI, Golarpar, Assam. I wish all our domestic workers present here today and those who are not present here today also a very happy International Domestic Workers Day. Domestic workers kiman bi edai na so ke Happy International Domestic Workers Day wase. Domestic workers form the third largest category of workers after agriculture and construction workers. In India, domestic workers is one of the largest yet the least regulated industry. They are an indispensable part of everyday lives of a large segment of people living in urban areas. Over the years, there has been an increase in the supply and demand of domestic workers in India, especially in Nagaland. With the rapid changes in the Indian economy, there has been a rise in poor rural women seeking work in the urban areas and town areas. But they are not considered as workers, rather referred to as servants or maids. Most of them are either illiterate, minimally educated, or low-skilled. Hence, they have been facing exploitation for a very long time due to their lack of illiteracy and social status. They are denied minimum wages, lack social security cover, made to work for long hours without fair wages, and are vulnerable to physical abuse and harassment by the employers. In India, particularly in Nagaland, there is a lack of dedicated legal provisions for the domestic workers. We need a great social and political commitment to address this issue and the challenges faced by the domestic workers, because in the absence of such commitment, this injustice will continue and this group of people, the lives of this group of people will remain stagnant. Our organization, that is Center for Development Initiatives, CDI, is an NGO committed towards ensuring rights, dignity, solidarity, and better working conditions of the domestic workers in Northeast India. Over the years, CDI have been working relentlessly for the cause of this group of workers across the Northeast states, that is Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, and Tripura. The International Domestic Workers Day, which is observed on 16th of June every year, is an event observed and celebrated by CDI with much fervor and keenness. But a single day is not enough to celebrate these people, this group of workers, and to fight and negotiate and bring this group of workers at par with the other group of workers in our society. Which is why CDI observes a week-long domestic workers every year, which commences from 10th of June and concludes on 16th June. That is on this day, International Domestic Workers Day, with a grand celebration of the domestic workers for their services in our household. This important week is observed by conducting various activities with the domestic workers, employers, general public, and all other stakeholders, and bring the concerned citizens to stand in solidarity with the domestic workers in their fight for justice and bring them in the limelight so that the government would pay a heed to their plights. In Northeast India, as of now, Assam and Tripura is the only states that have fixed the minimum wages for this group of workers, the domestic workers. Through the intervention of CDI, Assam is in the process of passing a bill. We have already, our organization was also one of the organizations, the Assam government, they have selected few organizations to draft a bill for including this domestic workers in the schedule of employment. So we have already submitted the draft, the bill, and it's in the process of passing the bill. So Assam is the only state that this process is going on. The draft is made ready. The other states have not made it yet. But Assam and Tripura is the only states which have fixed the minimum wages for domestic workers in Northeast. And it is high time that the government of Nagaland also do so. So today, on this day, I stand here on behalf of CDI and 927 identified domestic workers in Kohima city and thousands of domestic workers in Nagaland request and appeal the government of Nagaland to include the domestic workers under the schedule of employment and fix their minimum wages. As we have been gathered here to show our appreciation and support to the domestic workers, CDI, on behalf of the domestic workers in Nagaland, would like to submit a memorandum to the Chief Minister of Nagaland, Advisor, Department of Labour, Government of Nagaland, and Labour Commissioner, Department of Labour, Government of Nagaland, for the inclusion of domestic workers under the schedule of employment and fix the minimum wages of the domestic workers. Today in our midst we have Assistant Labour Commissioner Sri Zare Mukikon, we would like to hand over the Memorandum of Advisor, Department of Labor, Government of Netherlands, and Labor Commissioner to our guest, yes, Assistant Labor Commissioner. I request Sister Rincy, the coordinator of Kohima City, to hand over the memorandum to our honorable guest, Assistant Labor Commissioner, Government of Netherlands. Thank you, sir. Thank you all for coming here today and supporting and celebrating the domestic workers. I believe that together we can do so much and really empower this group of workers and bring them in the mainstream workforce in Netherlands. Thank you.
I would like to thank Ms. Bokalika, Coordinator CDI, for your presence, support, and guiding us all throughout the program. Thank you, Ms. I would also like to thank Sister Rincy.